just a minute. Alright, yeah, we're ready. Sorry, when the team is speaking, please let us don't distract you. Alright, starting in 3, 2, 1.
Charlotte, you look down.
Charlotte, are you okay?
No.
In my father's house, we talked about darkness together. In my father's house, we talked about everything together. In my father's house, we worked towards the journey of healing together. Until one day, all that in a house I was supposed to feel safe, secured, and cherished. One night, my sanctuary was shattered. I was left alone, thinking so homeless that the only person close to me could do that. All my innocence and resilience all lost and my stability gone, all in my father's house. The walls that used to echo with laughter now were filled with my torment and suffering in silence.
For suffering in torment and silence were all in vain, ladies and gentlemen. I still remember the day vividly. The feelings of shame, trauma, and confusion. I remember questioning myself, questioning my worth, questioning my place on this earth. In my father's house, the very place I was supposed to feel safe and protected. The place I considered a princess's castle. Now a dungeon, shackling me to its chains.
A dungeon of depression. Cells evoking in my bedroom. I could only ask myself the question, what am I now? Who am I now? The victim is never at fault, they said. My father couldn't even look at me in the eyes, all because his friend stripped all my innocence away. I could still see my hands shaking and my head aching. Who am I now? They used to ask me, it's the dresses that you wear, it's the clothes that you wear, your short is too skirt, your short is too short. But now, I'm left with pure nothing. I ask myself, who am I now?
In my father's house, I once considered myself safe. But then his friend took everything away from me. My father looked at me like I was nothing. He looked away and turned a blind eye towards my trauma. In my father's house, I became a liar.
In my father's house, I was made to dive into fire. In my father's house, I was made a crier.
Ladies and gentlemen, in my father's house, I lost everything. In my father's house, I became a shell of myself. Under my very protector's roof. Thank you.
MCA will have you now. Thank you. MCA. We're waiting for you. What's the number? What's the number? Okay. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah. I'll begin my speech in 3, 2, 1.
Dearest ancestors, things are falling apart.
You're probably looking at this generation wondering, where did they go wrong? I guess you're expecting a generation like the Please and the Thank You kids who had their hopes and ambitions stifled under heavy overlay of
That's not how things are done.
But unfortunately, you got stuck with Gen Z. Don't look him in the eyes inappropriate. Don't sit when your elders are standing. Don't stand when your elders are sitting. Don't talk unless talked to. These are some of the itsy-bitsy things that bind the foundation of our African heritage. Apparently, these things are impractical expectations. The things that bind us as Africans together, impractical. How wonderful! Note the sarcasm, yeah? Children of today, please note, we are Africans before we are everything else.
Why can't we be like the Wakanda people who are proud of their heritage and stand by the motto, Wakanda forever? I personally wouldn't want a generation that has been corrupted by the Western culture to the core. We're supposed to understand things out there. We're supposed to understand things that our minds can never comprehend. We're supposed to ask the Lord for a salvation. Freedom and a change is ahead of us, just like the Red Sea. The Egyptians are behind us, following, just like the Western culture is. So, the Western culture is coming to an end.
You know, that's the funny thing. That in schools we are taught that we're supposed to learn our culture and our heritage from the ones who came before us. We're supposed to deepen the knowledge of our language by following and listening to our elders. Well, dissolution is a file, and the preparation of great light is what we have to do. I've noticed that we've been living in the darkness for way too long. And now it's time to let the words of the Almighty echo.
Let there be light.
You know, it's those fake nails, fake lashes, fake hair, and that so-called paint on your makeup that you call paint on your makeup. That's making you think that you're better than everyone else. Well, Gen Z, pretending not to know your own language and how to pronounce certain words like Maitabasa and saying Makadini does not mean that you're above everyone else, and is definitely not a flex. Now it's time you stop pretending to act like a Barbie doll, and then we can start talking. Woo!
Are you ready? Start your speech in 3. No sight of today. Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Bang! That is an explosive. Guns blazing, people are dying on the battlefield. And we win. We are independent, we are free, we are Zimbabwe, we are Nigeria, we are South Africa, we are Africa. But then, are we truly independent? Are we truly free? Because the chains that were put on our hands are still here. I'm still in the prison of my family. I'm still behind my father's shadow, underneath the masses, being trampled whenever I go to school. No. This will not stay. I will not stand for this. We fought, and we will continue to fight. We are Africa. It's time for us to truly see our independence.
Is this really what we fought for? Is this really why our forefathers and the fathers before them bled, toiled, cried? Is this why our soldiers took on the guns and said, "Hazard to war"? Is this why they took on their guns and said, "We will fight, we will reign, we will prosper, and we will win"? We fought for independence, but subconsciously they still impress their ideas onto us. We are still meek, we are still ideological, we are still inexpressive of our emotions as a country, as a continent. Africa, I say it's time. I say it's time we look at our nation, we absorb it. We're not just humans, we're African. We're not just African, we are the origin. We are not just the origin, we are the origin and the heartbeats of every single living thing that treads the globe. Every single creature that bubbles in the deep blue sea, it came from here. So why is it that when they come and talk about their glory, it's theirs, not ours? When they came from us, when everything they used to build their paradise, everything they used, every material, every resource, every idea, and every form of labor was derived from us. Our scars are a sign of our endurance. They bear our strength. They are resilient, they are strong, and it shows that we are African, we are loud, we are proud, and we embrace what we've done. And we've just begun. We are ready to be independent. We are ready to be free. We are ready to clutch onto our own hope and be sovereign from all Western overlords.
As simple as it may sound, independence, it's not really something that really exists according to my beliefs. Why? We claim as Africans we are independent, but are we? A simple case study. South Africa won the Rugby World Cup last year, but who exactly was leading them? A simple white man. Does that really show how independent we are, how free we are? Everything the white overlords brought to us, we still use it. Why? We are dependent, not independent. We have load shedding. Who do we go to cry for help? The white overlords. Are we independent? No, we are dependent. Independence is a simple word for us. It is not something we're putting in practice. Therefore, we come here with the belief that it is nothing but a simple word. It does not exist. We just have belief in it. We dream about it, but to exist, it does not. Why? Because we are simply dependent as Africans.
Feel independence. Contemplate independence. Understand independence. That's what we're asking you to do. That's what we're asking you to express, to show, and to be ideological in your expressions. Africa, be free. That was pain. His quotes, his very own words, expressing us to be who we are, African and free.